Hello everyone, and again welcome to lesson 8 of HTML. And in our previous lesson we looked at how to add line breaks or horizontal line and predefined text. In this particular lesson we want to look on text formatting in HTML. And text formatting is a way you use to display a text in a special format. Some of the examples of formatting include making your text bold, or making your text to appear in italic, making your text to be close to the line, and so on and so forth. So in this particular lesson we will look at some of the examples of this formatting. So without waste of more time, let's take a practical example in our code and see how we can apply some of the formatting in HTML page. So I'm going to turn over to my Visual Studio, and you can see in our previous lesson we looked at line breaks, predefined text, and how to add HR line. And now below this HR line I'm going to add a new header, and I'm going to say heading 1, and within this heading 1 I'm going to say text formatting. And now I'm going to save these changes and go back to my browser. Let me open this page in a live server. So I'm going to right click on the home page and open with a live server. And now you can see now we have this head called text formatting. And now below this head I'm going to add various text formatting. So the first formatting I'm going to add is I'm going to make my text to appear in bold. So to make a text appear in bold, I'm going to add a paragraph here and say this is my bold text. And the text I'm going to make it bold is code archive. So to make a text bold we use the B tag, and within the B tag we add the text that we want to appear in bold. So let me type code archive, and now when I save and go back to the browser, you're going to see that this paragraph is added here and this particular text appears in a bold form. The next style or the next formatting that I want to apply is the italic. So I want now to make this text to appear in italic form. So let me add another paragraph, and I'm going to say this is my italic text. And to make a text appear in italic we are going to use the I tag, and within that I tag we're going to put the text that must appear in italic. And now when I save these changes, again go back to the page, you're going to see now we have a second paragraph and the last word here is appearing in italic form. The next formatting I want to apply is the mark format. So the mark format puts some background color on the text. So I'm going to say this is my marked text, and to make a text have some marked color we're going to use the tag MRK, and within that I'm going to put the code archive again. And now when I save the changes and go back to the web browser, you're going to see that this text now there is some color which has been applied on top of it. So this is what we mean by a marked text. The next formatting I want to apply is I want to add the subscript. So the subscript is the text that appears below the other text. So I'm going to add a new paragraph, and I'm going to say this is the chemical symbol of water. And then I'm going to put the chemical symbol of water, which is H2O. And now for me to make the 2 appear below H2H, then I'm going to use the subscript. So let me, if I save this and view the browser, you're going to see it does not appear below the H. And now to make it appear below the H, I'm going to use the subscript. So I'm going to use the tag SB. Between it I put the text that must appear below, and that is 2. Now when I refresh, I'm going to see that 2 appears below the H. The next formatting I'm going to apply is the superscript. So the superscript is the tag that is used to make the text appear above the other text. So I'm going to say this is the chemical symbol of oxygen, and then I'm going to put the O2, and for me to make this to make this to appear above the O, I'm going to use the tag superscript and then put 2 between that tag. Now when I save, now go back to the browser and you can see this new paragraph has been added and 2 appears above O. The next formatting I want to add is the text delete. So the text delete is a tag that is used to run a text across the word. So let me say I add a new paragraph here and I'm going to say old price was 2000 and new price is 1500. So I want to cross this old price by running a line through, and for me to do that I'm going to use the delete tag, and then within the delete tag I'm going to put the text that I want to cross. Now when I save these changes and go back to the browser, you can see that we have a line running through this value 2000. Alright, so this is all about text formatting in HTML, and these are some of the formatting that you can use within your web page. And when you come back here, you're going to see that we have this other tag called the strong, which does the same work as bold, making the text bold. The EM tag also makes the text italic, and the small tag makes the text to appear in a smaller version and a smaller font size. So with that said, I want to wrap up this lesson and see you in the next lesson where we talk about the HTML links. Otherwise, thank you for joining this class and see you in the next lesson.